Wizard of the Coast's announcement for the 50th anniversary Dungeons & Dragons Secret Lair has been met with a lot of mixed views. Can the value of this product actually match up to player expectations? And is a product like this going to sell? Well, honestly, the answer is going to surprise you. How much are you willing to pay to relive a bit of your nostalgic childhood? Because Wizards of the Coast is about to put a price tag on it. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today. A reminder, guys, if you enjoyed today's content, you liked hanging out with the Moxman, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell. I put out new content every single day. So we're here to talk about the Dungeons & Dragons Magic the Gathering 50th Anniversary Secret Lair set. Now, I'll be honest, there's a lot of information to go over in today's video, so buckle up and get ready for a nostalgic trip, as well as some great background memorabilia that I've pulled up just for you guys, so you can take a look and remember that if you grew up in this age, Dungeons & Dragons is probably pretty close to home. At least it was for me. Now let's take a moment and realize that Wizards of the Coast is a company and they're going to generate money. They're going to use the IPs and the stuff that's under their license to make as much cash as they can, and these types of secret layers are probably going to be more often than not, and touching base and touching on that nostalgic feeling of the base of players who enjoyed this growing up is a very smart play in terms of a company. Now, I'm going to show you guys the cards in just a minute if you haven't seen them, but I want you guys to remember that some of this artwork and the cards are not going to appeal to everyone. But I'll be honest, by the end of this video, you're going to know how I feel about this particular product. And for those who've been around the channel for a while, you know I'm not fond of secret layers in general. But let's take a look at these cards and see where Wizards of the Coast may have made a strong selling point. Whenever we're taking a look at secret layers, we need to remind ourselves that the value of the actual printed card may not mean as much to us as the artwork being represented on that card. So as we go through these cards, you can see there's a lot going on. This card is Fell the Mighty. Okay, 1 white, 4 generic, destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. So of course you would choose a 0 creature, and anything greater than that gets wiped out, which is amazing. It's an old school kind of fun card, but you also look at that artwork and realize this goes back to the 70s, okay? Very cool, iconic stuff to see the guy squaring off against a beholder. And look how simplistic some of the drawings were, which also adds to that artistic appeal, in my opinion. If you've been around the block for a while, you remember this stuff and you just love it. Now, the next card is Faithless Looting, and this, of course, fits in just perfectly with this particular one. This is the original Dungeons & Dragons handbook thing. I actually own a copy of this. I couldn't find it in time for the video, but it has these 2 thieves prying out the jewels, okay? Now, this is Faithless Looting as a card, which is only like $1. It's not like a high value card, but that artwork on there looking so fresh and gorgeous is going to draw in quite a large audience of appeal for anyone who is 40 plus. Now, for our next card, this is Reality Shift, okay? And of course, this is taken from the Dungeons Master's Guide from like 1988, 89, somewhere in there. I remember buying it. I have it in my backdrop today. Amazing artwork, you know, the wizards fighting off the dragon and stuff. And of course, the Dungeons Master's Guide gave us all kinds of rules that we could use in the game back in 2nd edition. So this really is just iconic to me. Now, for our next card, this is Monster Manual. Now, this as a card, as an artifact, zoological study, it's fine. The actual artwork here doesn't appeal to me nearly as much as other artwork that I've seen today, but at the same time, it doesn't have to. It's going to appeal to different people for different reasons. And then we jump into this one, which is Ponder. And of course, you see the dragon going around the orb. And this, of course, reminds me of the dragon orbs of the heyday of back in Dragonlance. It is great. I think it's actually Greyhawk, though, whatever. But it's just amazing. And for the last card, it is the Archlich. It's Ararak, the Archlich, legendary creature, zombie wizard. Just awesome artwork, okay? Like, there's a lot going on in this kind of visualization of the cards that is going to appeal to a very large audience. And there are reasons why it's going to appeal. That's the thing. We know why it's going to appeal to them, because we've had examples this year that showed if you print a certain type of artwork on a card, it's going to appeal to people. When they did the Monty Python, and I showed you guys the cards, we reviewed everything, it sold out so fast that most of my friends couldn't buy one. This is going to sell out faster. So here we are, we're like 3-4 minutes into the video, and now you know where the Moxman stands. This is going to sell. It is going to sell exceedingly fast, and it is going to have an extremely large audience, and not just Magic the Gathering players. D&D fans will love to get their hands on this, and the price tag they are charging us for getting this nostalgic appeal is probably going to be very atypical of what they've charged us in the past for other secret lairs. Of course, it's not posted up or anything, but I would guess anywhere from $39.99 to $49.99, depending, right? Maybe even as high as $79, considering how many, 7 cards in there. Probably charges like $8-9 a card type deal. And it's going to sell, and it's going to sell out so fast. So if you're a player who loves this stuff, if you have the idea as a D&D fan, you want to buy it, this is one of those ones that almost has you already thinking, I better line up early. I better get in the queue. I better be prepared, because we saw what happened with Monty Python. We know how quickly it's going to sell, and Wizards, the way they are promoting these products, is making them extremely limited, making them sell out really quickly. Now, there's other examples going back. They did like the HasCon set back then with like Grimlock, the Dinobot commander guy, and you had the Nerf gun and the Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. I think that set, if you have it sealed, it's like $300+ US for that set now. Where I think when I bought mine, it was like $49.99 or $69.99 US. I think somewhere in there. It wasn't that expensive, but time will tell. And of course, that was a limited product. They did sell out. And now you have the same type of deal. Wizards of the Coast is tapping into these IPs and the pocketbook of people who remember this type of artwork, have an appreciation for it, and are willing to pay the money, even if the cards being represented aren't that great. I actually think there's one more card now that I'm thinking about it. I think I ripped you guys off, because I think we have one more card. Oh, you thought I forgot the Goldspan Dragon? No, I didn't. I've got it here, man. Now, again, this is another iconic piece of artwork going back to the heyday, guys, okay? This is where the fighters facing off against the dragon. Now, as a Goldspan Dragon, not a bad card, okay? This is going to add a little bit of value, and it's going to be a fun card to be represented. And here's the thing. Now that I've showed you all the cards for real, I'm going to try to get it. I hate to admit that. I'm going to have a friend who does this kind of thing for me as like gifts and stuff to try to pick this up for the Moxman. This, again, just like Saturday morning, Dungeons and Dragons, this is one of those ones, Evil Dead Lair and the Princess Bride, this is one of those ones that taps into my childhood that is a must-have. I feel like I have to have it, so this is one of the ones even I'm going to try to get my hands on. And if I don't get it, I'll find a way to get it. That's how I know Wizards has got us. If they've got me, they've got other people. And if they've got other people, it's going to be a very successful product. But here's the worst part. Now that you're at the end of the video here, you guys are like, what are you talking about? What worst part? The success of this will breed more. They will see that they are being successful. They will probably open up the print runs a little bit like they've done in the past. And they will do more of these types of IP. They will branch into G.I. Joe, Transformers, whatever IPs they have in their toy lineup that have done well. Artwork that they own the rights to, they will really kind of delve into that and utilize that as a way to generate revenue for the company. Again, we can't blame them for that. I can't kick them for it. All I can say is thank you for doing it, and I really want to buy this. Even though I know the cards don't have the value, the artwork to me is the value. Owning those cards and having them, and maybe even using one or two in a deck, is going to be worth it for me. And that's a very hard thing for the Moxman to admit in a video like this, where I try to tell you guys about being rational with your money and speaking of the value of what you're spending. And the artwork to me is the value in this case, not the cards. So having that art re-represented and into a Magic card format, just like Adventures in Forgotten Realms, I dove right into that. Baldur's Gate, couldn't help myself. This is the type of stuff that's going to get me. And I don't know if it got you. I'm hoping you're going to leave a comment and letting me know how you feel about this, and if you will buy it, and how many you're going to buy. Because I'm going to buy like one foil, one non-foil if I can get it. I think that's my plan. Anyway, you guys let me know. Maybe I missed something. You're going to drop that in the comment section too. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me on the channel. And of course, don't worry, we'll have another video tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys then. Have a great day. Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition is still the best. I love it. Never going to change. Oh wait, this isn't time for that. We're at the end. These are the credits. These are the patrons and supporters of my channel. A big shout out and thank you to all these fantastic patrons and my YouTube membership members. Because of their support, daily uploaded content is created for YouTube. So thanks again for supporting me, guys. Without you, there wouldn't be a channel. Come on! Now, we're at the end here. Welcome to the Ramble Jamble. So I bought this book in whenever it first got released. 1989? 1989. January 1989. So I bought this as soon as it came to the shop. Of course, you can see it's been taped and loved many times, but Wizards, they know how to get you sometimes, guys. Dungeon Master Guide's a little bit in better shape, but still, how about this? Wait, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, gotta be careful. All kinds of old style pewter miniatures in here. So there's like an old packaging from like the 70s, right? 81 maybe? Late 70s, 81. And of course I still have some like unpainted miniatures. I have some old metal, can you see that okay? Painted guys. Like D&D was it, guys. Here's a giant, his arm fell off. The paint kind of, the glue gave way. A monk, priest. This stuff was it, man. This stuff was amazing to me back in the day. And the artwork, the characters, the style, like here, what's that called? A flesh golem. I remember this one. I think it's from Ravenloft. Nope, just Ralpartha. Anyway, I'm off topic, but I can't help myself today, guys. This is those moments. And I mean, I'll be honest. If you saw how many metal miniatures I have, whew, that would be telling of how I spent most of my Mick paychecks back in the day buying this stuff. It was insane. Guys, it's a really smart idea. It's really crazy good to do this type of IP. It is going to attract a large audience. They are controlling and squeezing the market, which makes it more sought after, better than even what they're doing with serialized cards. Smart. I don't like it. I'm going to buy it, but I don't like it. But I'm still going to buy it. I'm just going to keep repeating myself at this point. Guys, have a great one. Oh, it got me. It got me so good.